What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. So where we are right now with the Clippers, 5-game winning streak, five-game winning streak. It's been awesome, been impressive, been impressed by what I've seen. You've heard me talk about it in previous videos. You can go back and check those videos out if you haven't already. But I've been impressed by the Clippers, and I've been impressed overall the way they pretty much kept things together, even though they're missing a key component to their success long term, which is Kawhi Leonard. And, hopefully Kawhi gets back sooner than later. You can also check out my video that I posted on that as well, giving more so a update on, where he is based upon what I'm hearing. And, you can go from there with that. But at the same time, I want to give credit where credit is due. The team is playing well right now, and they're going to try to do the impossible, tonight against the Celtics, try to go for 6. And it's going to be tough, because the Celtics are, to me, they're the team in the Eastern Conference. I really don't give a damn about the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't really give a damn about Donovan Mitchell. I do like Darius Garland. I like Donovan Mitchell too, but I don't really think they have enough to win a championship. I don't think Donovan Mitchell is the number one guy on a championship team. So I don't think that they will be able to ultimately take care of the Celtics in a 7-game series. So I definitely got the Celtics coming out the East. And we all know about Philly now with Paul George making his, grand appearance there at the start of the season and all the talk, that hoopla that was around them. And look at them now. They're like the worst team in the league. Honestly, like really, literally, So I don't think there's no competition there. So the Celtics, I think they just can pretty much, I think we might can almost pencil them in for the finals, maybe. I'm not sure if you want to go that far, but I would go that far. But regardless of all that, the Clippers are definitely going to try to take their 5-game winning streak into tonight's game against Boston. And it's going to be a tough one because Boston has they basically have what the Clippers have. They have perimeter defenders, Derek White, Drew Holiday, and their perimeter defenders are knockdown shooters too. Pretty much what, the Clippers have. Derek Jones Jr. could knock down a 3, but he's a perimeter defender. So is Nico Batum, even though he's older, but he is a perimeter defender and he can knock down a 3 at a pretty decent clip. So, just giving an example with those, examples right there, the Clippers definitely match up well with the Celtics. The Clippers just might not have the firepower in the end to beat the Celtics. Now, I think the Clippers can possibly win the game, of course, because, Celtics, sometimes they play down to their competition. And sometimes the Celtics really don't, play to their very best unless their backs are against the wall for some reason. Now, with that being said, of course, if they do play down to their competition and they don't play with their backs against the wall, I think that the Clippers can find their way through this game and possibly get a victory, and I feel like the Clippers definitely are a feisty team on defense. And a lot of, the Clippers get several fast break points on defense, which I've been very surprised by with the Clippers, especially without the services of Kawhi Leonard. Because when Kawhi is there, you're going to get several fast break points because Kawhi is going to get 2 to 3 steals a game. That's 4 to 6 points that you're getting additional on top of what you're going to score anyway as a unit. And then, extra points always come in handy because we all know that a lot of good games, especially when it's back and forth competition within the game, it comes down to free throws. So if a game comes down to free throws, whoever had the most fast break points and got more or better of the fast break, easy baskets, whoever gets more of those definitely puts themselves in position to win the game a lot better, even though it may come down to free throws, but you might actually have the lead in the game trying to ice the game from the free throw line rather than try to tie the game from the free throw line. You see what I mean? So it's a very thin line with that type stuff. I definitely, always like to see a team get easy buckets rather than struggle from the 3-point line or, shoot so many threes. They just kind of like shoot themselves out of rhythm, at some point. I really don't like to see that at times, but I understand where we are in this day and age with, the NBA and how it works and everybody shooting threes. I just feel like, some teams need to calm down threes a little bit and focus a little bit more on defense. And I feel like the Clippers, even though they, had they take their share or their fair share of threes, but they definitely focus on the defensive end a little bit more, or at least I feel like they do. And with that being said, looking at their 5-game win streak and looking at how they've been playing this season right now in the 5th seed in the West, that says a lot about, their character, who they are, what type of team they are. And it tells me they have a concise game plan going into games. And a lot of times that can help propel you to victory, especially if you know what you're going to do before you even start the process. Now, that's where I feel like, going against the Celtics, they might give Celtics a little bit of problems because, like I said, they're going to go out there and play hard. They have nothing to lose. They don't have their superstar player. And the Clippers are playing more free than a lot of other teams. And I think that's the reason why, or one of the reasons why I think the Clippers have been successful so far this season, because they're playing more free. They know every team that plays them think, oh, well, Kawhi is not there, so we'll definitely have a chance to beat them because they don't have that ultimate superstar. Whereas they still do technically have a superstar with James Harden, and he's been impressive for the most part, and I have to give him credit. But, I mean, at the same time, James Harden has usually, in years past, always been impressive in the regular season. It's just the postseason where we have to put an APP out on where he is or is he ever going to show up is the problem with James Harden. Regular season, he's always been one of the top players in the league. You can put him top 5, honestly, I'm saying, in the regular season in years past, because that's just how good he was. And he's showing a lot of that now. And I think that's very good. And his chemistry with Ty Lue is actually went up, over time, of course. And that's also a good thing as well. But of course, they need Kawhi Leonard back at some point. They really do, because in the long run, they're not going to be able to do but so much without him. So, but right now, I like what I'm seeing with the team, and I think they got good enough chance to go in there and get a huge victory for their confidence. If they go in there and beat the Celtics, I mean, their confidence is through the roof. In their mind, they probably think they could beat anybody, which honestly they can. If they beat the Celtics, they find a way to beat the Celtics, they could beat anybody. They really can. And I think that's going to be their confidence going forward. And you got to think, within this 5-game winning streak, they haven't had Norman Powell some of these games. They're missing the 25-point scorer. And they're still finding ways to be, productive and win. So, I mean, you add that 25 plus points back, you get Kawhi back. I mean, this might be one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA. A lot of people may not be saying that because, everybody, kind of like fell out on the Clippers when Paul George left, and then, Russell Westbrook and all the naysayers and stuff like that throughout the off season. But I think the light's gonna have to get shined on this team one more time, at least, at least this year, especially when Kawhi comes back. If they can hold up what they're doing right now, it's going to be a very interesting outcome of this season. And honestly, I can't wait to, see how it all unfolds.